Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into something I think a lot of us worry about, or at least wonder about. De-Googling.
Mm.
Trying to get Google out of your smartphone and boost your privacy.
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
We're looking specifically at this company called Unplugged and their UP phone. We're using a TechRadar article as our main source here. And our mission really is to figure out if true digital privacy on our phones is even possible, and maybe more importantly, what does it actually cost? Because, we've all had that weird feeling, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where an ad pops up that feels just way too specific, makes you think, is my phone listening? Spoiler, probably not literally listening, but wow, they seem to know everything.
Exactly. And that's the core issue Unplugged is trying to tackle. It's not about eavesdropping. It's about how phones, they harvest just unprecedented amounts of our personal data.
Uh-huh.
They're monitoring our location, like who we talk to, our relationships, even really personal preferences. It's all data collection.
Okay, so let's unpack this. What is Unplugged actually doing about it? What's their solution?
Right. So they've built the UP phone. It's designed basically from the ground up for maximum privacy. It runs their own operating system called Unplug OS. Now, this is derived from Android, which is interesting.
Okay.
But, and this is the absolute key part, it comes explicitly without Google Mobile Services, or GMS.
Right, GMS. That's the background stuff, the Google apps that usually handle all that data harvesting on a typical Android phone.
Precisely. So with the UP phone, the standard setup means no data goes to Google, period.
But there's always a catch, isn't there? What's the trade-off?
Well, the big one is app availability. You won't have popular Google apps like, say, Google Maps pre-installed or easily available in the same way.
Okay. Makes sense. What other privacy features does that have?
They've really gone for it. There's an off means off philosophy, so like no data sneaking out when it's powered down. You get secure data deletion options, you can wipe it remotely, or even set it to self-destruct data after a certain time. Plus, there's encrypted cloud storage included, and a built-in VPN that doesn't keep logs of your activity.
That sounds pretty comprehensive, almost too good to be true compared to what we're used to. So did it actually work in tests?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. TechRadar mentioned an independent test. Over 45 minutes, the UP phone sent and received exactly 0 data packets to trackers.
0. Seriously?
0. Now compare that. Same test, a Samsung Galaxy S25 logged over 170,000 of these data exchanges.
Wow, 170,000.
And an iPhone 16 Pro, over 210,000.
That difference is just staggering. It really shows what's happening under the hood on standard phones.
It really does. It highlights what's possible when privacy is the absolute priority. Well, there's always a but.
Right. Let's talk about the phone itself, the hardware.
Okay, yeah. What are the specs like? Is it a powerhouse?
Not exactly. It's running a MediaTek 1200 chipset. That chip is from, I think, 2021. So decent, but definitely not flagship level today.
Right, not cutting edge. It has 8 GBs of RAM, a triple camera system. It's, perfectly usable. But if you want top performance for gaming or really heavy apps, this isn't it. That's part of the cost.
And speaking of cost, the price tag. This is where it gets maybe a bit eye-watering. It's $989.
Oof. Yeah.
For specs that, like you said, are kind of mid-range from a few years ago, you'd normally expect maybe, $450 for that kind of hardware?
Easily, yeah.
So $989 puts it right up there with, like, a new iPhone 16 Pro or a Galaxy S25 Plus, which have much better specs.
Exactly.
So the big question for you listening is that price premium actually worth it for the privacy you're getting?
And this ties directly into their whole business model, which is fascinatingly different from the big players.
How so?
The CEO, Joe Weil, he puts it pretty bluntly. He says, unlike other companies, we earn 0 revenue from customer usage.
0 revenue from usage. How do they make money then?
His argument is that Apple and Google's phones are essentially subsidized. You pay less up front because they make money off your data later.
Ah, the data monetization model.
Right. Unplug says they don't do that. They make money purely from selling the phone hardware itself.
Okay.
And through a software subscription. You pay extra for ongoing access to the VPN, the firewall, the encrypted storage, those privacy services.
Oh, it's a totally different value proposition. You're not paying with your data. You're paying with, actual money, upfront and ongoing.
Precisely. It shifts the cost from your personal information to your wallet. It's a direct cost for privacy, rather than an indirect one.
That idea, zero revenue from customer usage, is pretty bold. It makes you wonder, is this $989 plus subscription the real cost of a private phone?
It could be. It suggests that maybe privacy in this digital age is actually becoming a luxury item.
Yeah, like, is it only for people who can afford that premium price tag for mid-range specs? Is that sustainable?
That's the big question. Can this model compete long-term against giants who leverage user data? Or are we just seeing the true unsubsidized price?
So, thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening right now? If you had the choice, would you pay that flagship price for a phone with, let's be honest, less impressive hardware just to get that level of privacy? Especially knowing there are subscription fees too.
Hmm.
It really forces you to consider how much you value your digital privacy. Is it a fundamental right? Or is it becoming a premium feature you have to pay extra for? Something to think about for sure. Well, if this deep dive into digital privacy and the cost of de-Googling got you thinking maybe about your own digital footprint, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. And hey, give this deep dive a like if you found it interesting, and maybe share it with someone else who's curious about, who might be looking over their digital shoulder. Thanks for tuning in.